Welcome back to the channel. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Nikon Z50, which I just purchased recently used, and I picked up a 16-50 kit lens for it, and I wanted something really compact in size, and I'm going to take it into the downtown Crossville area and do just a little bit of a photo walk with it and do some test shots, and then we're going to look at those test shots in the video. Anyways, I've come down here to the fire department because they got a very interesting display over here, and I'm going to show it to you. They have a somewhat of a fallen firefighter memorial right here. I'm going to make several of these images available for you to download in the RAW format. Just check the description at the end of the video for a link to those. So, as you can see, the 16-50 lens on this Z50 is really compact and portable, and this is something I've been sorely missing, needing to have to do kind of like street photography. So I didn't have this kit lens. I had to buy it separately because I bought everything used from MPB, and I'm going to try this out tonight and do some photography here. So that's a fail. I can't get it to focus. Well, I just thought I couldn't get it to focus, okay? The problem was I had it in APSc, so it wasn't making its little focus sound. So I'm gonna try this again, okay? Now I have set up the back of this camera for back button focus, and I'm just looking at the picture on the screen. I think I need to be in APSc because I'm not on a tripod. I do have a tripod out in the truck, so I have this programmed in my I menu. I'm just going to use continuous. That way, if I do move a little bit, it ain't going to matter. I'm at 16 millimeters. I'm going to get really up close to this plaque, okay, and see. So yeah, so I got my shutter speed wrong. That's the problem. 1/6 of a second. So let me switch over to something a little bit faster, and now I'm shooting at 1/800 f/5.6. I'm going to jack that up to f8, and it's going to take me to ISO 12,800. It is getting a little bit shadowy out here and dark. So this image of the plaque was at 1/800 of a second shutter. F8 was the aperture, and the ISO was 18,000. Now I used Lightroom denoise to clean this up, and I thought the image cleaned up rather well. I'm going to include this raw image in the description notes here where you can download it, and you can look at the image for yourself and see. I believe this is a win-win type of situation here with this lens on the Z50. This was a handheld shot, okay? I didn't have a tripod out. Okay. Anyways, we get some more close-ups of this little helmet thing right here. Now this one right here, it's insanely close, okay? I am probably that far from the front of the lens to that helmet. That far. That's it. Let's see if it even got it in focus. Yeah, it's in focus. I like a better composition though, so let me see if I can do something different here. Okay, aim the camera up just a little bit. There's a radio antenna right behind it. So I'm at 16 millimeters. We'll see. That's a picture of that helmet. I'll show you right here in the video. That's a picture of this helmet right here, and I'm going to show that in the video right now, so you can just see what it turned out as. Pretty interesting. Okay, love this little camera. I had to hand hold this shot because I left my tripod back at the vehicle, but I was resting the camera on the brick platform that holds this helmet. Anyways, I was probably about 6 inches away from this and my shutter speed was 1/800 aperture f8, and the ISO was 5000. I thought it was a very sharp image, and this lens really surprised me. Okay, I'm gonna walk over to someplace else and see if I can find something interesting to photograph, something more to show you how this little lens and this camera performs. Whew, it's a little muggy out tonight. This is the bank building right here. We don't want to linger too much around there. And we're right here at the fire department and the police department. They're both right here, okay? So, yeah. I think I'm gonna get in my truck and drive somewhere instead of walking. It's getting kind of dark out, so I want to hurry up and get some test shots with this. So I'm gonna get back in my truck and take a trip. Well, I decided to run out to the Homesteads, which is about 3 miles outside of town, and set my tripod up and get a shot, evening shot of the Homestead Tower. So that's where I'm heading now. I was gonna go back into downtown Crossville, but yeah, I decided to go out there. I've been wanting to do an evening shot at this tower anyways, and we're gonna give this Z50 and the 16-50 a try and see how it does on a tripod. Okay, here I am at the Homestead Tower, and you can see the tower right behind me here. And I'm going to get my tripod out of the truck, and I always carry at least one tripod with me at all times. You just never know when you might need it. So I'm going to use the three-legged thing bracket, which is a Arca Swiss mount, and I'm going to mount the camera on the tripod. And then I'm going to set up somewhere. So let me see where I'm going to get a good composition. They always put on a display in the fall, okay? And I'm going to take you over here and show you the display they do. It's really, really beautiful, okay? And this year, they got the tower in the background. So I'm going to show you right here. This is the display that they set up. And they do a cart. They have an old cart that we keep over at the House Museum. And then they have this display set up. This is really pretty. It gets a lot of pictures taken, really unique. And I hope to get this and the tower in my photograph together. What I'm really doing here is I'm taking some test shots because there's a lot of distracting elements still here with the construction of the highway. And hopefully they'll be removed shortly. There's a bunch of orange barrels. There's one there. There's a couple back by the tower. There's some orange barricades over here. So if those get removed, and the only distraction I'll have is this street sign right here, and I could easily remove that in Photoshop. So I'm going to take a few photographs right here, and I'm going to show you those in the video. My settings for this is 1/10 of a second at f8 at ISO 100, and I'm focusing on the cart, okay? So this image here was at 1/25 of a second at f8, and the ISO was set for 100. Now this was a bracketed shot with 2 stops over and 2 stops under, and the focal length on this was 16 millimeters, a 24 millimeter full frame equivalent. And with a lens like this, when you're wide angle, you need to be careful of the distortion and the way you set your camera up. If you look at the tower on the right hand side, the tower is leaning a little bit to the left, and it's kind of crunched down from the actual height of it. So this is part of the distortion you get out of a wide angle lens like this. Really a neat looking picture, okay? I'm gonna get a couple more. I think what I'll do is I'll set it up for bracketing. Set my camera up to take a picture of myself sitting on the bench, okay? I'm gonna try to do that right now. I've got it set up for a 20-second timer, and it's gonna do a bracketed shot. So I need to hold really still now while it takes the photographs. Okay, I'm going to take one more quick shot since I'm out here, and I think I can isolate the tower and get right up in the center of it standing here in the middle of the road, because I want to turn this vertically, okay? So I'm just going to take it out of my tripod and flip it over. That's why I love an L bracket, okay? It's very easy to go from one orientation to the other. We're going to go at 16 millimeters And this is going to be, I'm going to have to back up just a little bit, and we're going to get right on the center of the building and level the camera. We're at 1/6 of a second, f8 at ISO 100, and we're going to take a bracketed shot now. What I really need is a taller tripod. I need to be way up here, okay? I need to be on top of my truck. That's what I really need to get a really good shot without this parking lot in there. Okay, let me tilt up just a little bit. You have to watch for distortion. Okay, camera is level. Okay, we're gonna take one more shot of this. 1/6 of a second, f8 at ISO 100, tripod mounted. And I will show you that photograph in the video right now, okay? This is my test of the Nikon Z50 with the 16-50 kit lens, and hope you enjoyed that and you got some use out of that. If you did, give me a thumbs up, like. Share this with your friends so they can find my channel and help me grow my photography channel. My name is Ron Durant. I am a photographer in East Tennessee. Y'all have a nice day now. Bye-bye. I really like this little camera, okay? Really do. This is just what I've been looking for, and it's a Nikon, which makes it very easy for me to get used to, okay? So, I really like it. Hope you like it too. This Cumberland Homestead Tower is one of my favorite local landscape landmarks to photograph. And I'm out here in the evening. It's about 30 minutes before the sun sets, so we got evening light. The lights are on in the building, which is kind of nice. Anyways, we will see you all later.